Hey guys, it's Kawuchi. Today what we're going to be doing is doing the Activity 2 under Simple Formulas. Again, we are still working in Microsoft Excel. Make sure you have the Activity 2 Simple Formulas paper out in front of you. This is what we're going to be using today. Real quick, what I wanted to just go over is our class norms as always. Okay, this is whether I'm in class or not. So backpacks must be in the back of the room, not at your computers. Absolutely no food or drinks at the computers, including water. No music with or without headphones. No games unless the instructor gives you permission. And you are required to sit in your assigned seat. There's a reason why you're sitting in your assigned seat. That's because when you save your work, it saves to that computer usually. And we want to make sure that you can get that work at all times. Also, you are required to save all of your work. Okay? Next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go over to our magnifying glass in the upper right corner. You are to launch Microsoft Excel. Go ahead and type in Excel. As you can tell, mine's already up in my spotlight. I'm going to click on Excel. And what we're going to do is we're going to go on to File, New Workbook. Okay, again, that's File, New Workbook. And right here is our workbook. Again, we have our sheets at the bottom of our screen. Just a quick review, we have our columns with the A, B, C. They're labeled by the letters. They're going down. And then vertically and horizontally, we have our rows. Those are the ones that are numbered 1 through whatever, and they're all numbers. And they're going vertically down your screen. Sorry, horizontally down your screen. Okay, again, rows are going horizontally down your screen, and the columns are going vertically down your screen. Okay, we have our grid, which is right here. It's all of these little cells. Our active cell is the one that's always active with a color around it. In this case, my active cell has a mustard color. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to go up. We are going to go to View. We're going to go to Toolbars, and we're going to click on make sure our standard toolbar is selected. Okay, what the standard does is the standard toolbar includes buttons for some of the most common tasks that are performed in Excel, such as saving, printing, spell checking, and others. We're going to go ahead and go to the same way. We're going to go to View, Toolbars, and this time what we're going to do is we're also going to make sure our formatting toolbar is selected. Formatting toolbar is right here, and what you're going to notice those bring up is that brings up our fonts, our font size, our dollar signs, percentage signs. Those are the formulas or the most common toolbars that are used. We also want to make sure that up here our zoom is at 100. We could go higher, we could go lower. 100 is normally comfortably where you can see within all of your screens. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to be entering data. If you look on the bottom of your page 10, it's the very first page you were just received, you're going to see the things that we're going to be typing. So in cell D1, we're going to type in the answers. Okay, cell A2, we're going to type in add, A3, subtract, A4, multiply, A5 is going to be divide, and we're going to go up now to our cell B2, so the one to the right of add. We're going to type in 389, we're going to hit enter, 936, enter, 450, enter, 278,100. Again, that's 278,100. We're going to go up to cell C2, and this time what we're going to do is we're going to type in 14. Again, we're going to hit enter, 257, we're going to hit enter, 8, enter, and now we're going to type in 300. And that is in cell C5, we're going to type in 300. Okay, if you make a mistake, the easiest thing that you're going to do is click on the one that you made a mistake and delete it. Okay, so let's say I made a mistake. I typed in 301. Okay, all I would do is come over here and hit delete and go ahead and type the correct answer, whatever you need to type in there. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to click over here to where everything is selected. It's again this little, it's in between your column and your row button up in the top where it meets. It kind of has a half square right there. Click on it so everything is selected. We're going to go up to Format. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Row. We're going to go to Auto Fit. Okay. And what that should have done is that actually should have auto-fitted all of our things. I guess my computer was a little slow because it just went ahead and auto-fitted it. Again, I'm going to undo that and I'm just going to show you. Format, Row, Auto-Fit. And I guess what we're going to have to do is right here in between D and E up at the top, it shows you this little line in between there. If you double click on it where you see the two little cross arrows, it will automatically auto-fit it for you as well. Okay, with this still selected, we're going to go over to Format. We're going to go over to Column. We're going to go to Width. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in 15 and then we'll press OK. And what you would notice is it did this whole thing really big. We're going to go Apple Z on our keyboard. That undoes the last thing. It's Command or Apple Z that undoes our last action. And the final thing we're going to do is we're going to go up to Format. This time we're going to go to Cell. We're going to go over to Font. And we are going to look for the one that says Arial. Okay, just click on it and scroll down, or you can even type it in. Okay, we see Arial right here. We want Arial, we want regular, we want size 12 font. We are going to click. Okay, you're going to notice that changed it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go up to our Format again. We're going to go back to Cell. This time we're going to click on Alignment. We're going to go over to Horizontal and we're going to go to Right. Okay, again, under Alignment, Text Alignment, Horizontal, you're going to click Right and then you would click OK. Okay, that adjusted everything to the right. So now everybody should look very similar. It should look like mine. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to add a border. So we're going to click in cell A2. We're going to click and drag until all of my cells are activated. So I have my cell A2 and I'm all the way down to A5. Okay. I'm going to go up here right next to our formula where we enter our formulas at. I'm going to click on this little thing right here. I'm going to click on it, and the one is actually showing you different icons to do it. So what we're going to do is we need to find one that looks similar. It's right here, this right border. Go ahead and click on that, and what that's going to do is if we click off of it, you'll see the line that appears in between the A and B column. Okay, now we're on the second page. That is page 12. Okay, so in what we're going to do is we're going to click in cell D2. Okay, we're going to drag all the way down. We're going to come up here again. We're going to click on our left border this time. Click off and you're going to see it looks like mine now. Okay, so now there's a break between the answers and your formulas. Okay, the next thing, we're on number 6 now, about simple formulas. A formula is a set of computational instructions the spreadsheet program carries out these computations and displays the results in a designated cell. In a spreadsheet, a formula always begins with the equal sign. This is very important because no matter what we do, it always begins with an equal sign. Okay? The formula also specifies the cell and or numbers that should be included in the calculation. A formula uses one or more of the basic mathematical operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay? The next part, the formula. It equals B5 plus C4. Okay? Again, that's equals B5 plus C4, and that's going to add the contents into cell B5. Okay? That right there would give you the answer. Okay, so our numeric keypad. Did you know that your keypad has a numeric keypad? It is located to the far right of your keyboard. You're going to find the equal, plus, minus, and times and divide sign on the numeric keypad. You may choose to type these symbols and numbers using the numeric keypad or by using the traditional keypad. Your traditional keypad is the one that it starts with QWERTY up in next to the tab key with your spacebar. That is your traditional keyboard. Okay, now let's figure out the formulas that belong in cell D2 in the spreadsheet. The formula should calculate the sum of the contents contained in cell B2 and C2. So what we're going to do is back in cell D2, we're going to go ahead and delete what we had typed there. Okay, and this time what we're going to do is we are going to type in, we're on 8B now, we're going to type in equals B2, we're going to do plus C2, and we're going to hit enter. And what you're going to notice is it automatically adds that together. That's a sum. Okay, when we sum something up, we're adding it together. So again, it's adding this cell and this cell together, and it displays your answer right here. So if I click back up on that cell to make it an active cell, right here in your the bar where you're typing everything in, it shows you right here the formula we typed in. But down here it does show our answer. Okay, again, that's equals B2 plus C2. Okay, the next thing we're doing is we are subtracting. So, in part C, it's asking what happened after you hit enter. Okay, go ahead and answer that. When we hit enter, what happened? Okay, now click cell D2. D2 is holding two pieces of information, the formula and the computation. The entry bar, which is what I just told you, displays the formula. You would click the entry bar to edit the formula. So let's say right here I go, oh, it's not C2, it's actually C3. I would type it right there, okay? In reality, it is C2, so I'm going to change it back. Okay, the answer to the computation is displayed actually in the cell. Okay, so when we hit enter, it actually displays in the cell. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to figure out the formula that belongs in cell D3. The formula should display the difference between the contents contained in cells B3 and C3. So go ahead and click in cell D3. And as always, our formula always starts with equals. Okay, so we're going to type equals. We're going to type in B3. This time we're subtracting, so we're going to hit minus. We're going to do C3. Then we're going to hit enter. And what happened when we hit enter? Okay, go ahead and record that on 9C. Okay, now let's figure out the formula that belongs in cell D4. The formula should display the product of the contents contained in cells B4 and C4. So, We have our cell activated. We're going to click on cell D4, which we're already there. We're going to hit equals, and we're going to go B4. And this time, this may be a little tricky, but above the 8 key is a little star looking symbol. That is the multiplication symbol. So if you're using your regular keypad, what you're going to do is hold down the shift key and you're going to hit the 8 button, and that will display the little asterisk symbol. That's our multiplication sign. And we're going to type in C4. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to hit enter again, and as always, look at what happened. Okay, go ahead and record that on your paper. Okay, we're turning the page. We're going to page 13, and this time we're going to figure out the formula that belongs in cell D5. Okay, the formula should display the results from dividing the contents of cell B5 by the contents of cell D5. So go ahead and click in the cell D5. It should already be an active cell. We're going to hit equals. We're going to go B5. Okay, same thing. The button next to the shift key where the question mark is located actually has the divide symbol. It's not your typical divide symbol. It's the backspace, the backslash button. Okay, so go ahead and hit that. And then we're going to go ahead and type in C5. Once again, hit enter and record what happened. Okay. Our final formatting and editing. We're going to add a footer into the document. Remember, a footer is always located at the bottom of your page, as in footer, okay, as in your feet, a footer. We're going to go up here. We're going to go down to view. Up at the top, go to view, header footer. Okay. This is our header part right here. Down here in our footer is where we're going to record everything. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on Custom Footer. In our left section, we are going to type in Activity 2. Okay. And then we're going to hit OK. Going to hit OK again. And that records in the bottom of the footer. If we were to do a print, that would actually be printing in our bottom left footer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and spell check the document. So, we remember when we went through and added all of the formatting bars on here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go up to spell check our document. So we're going to go Tools. We're going to go down to Spelling. And it's asking, do we want to continue checking the beginning of the sheet? We're going to click Yes. Okay. If you have any misspellings, it will show you. In this case, we don't, so we're going to go ahead and hit OK. The next thing we're going to do is change the paper layout to landscape. So we're going to go up to File. We are going to go to Page Setup. And right here, mine's actually already changed to landscape, but yours would probably be on portrait. You're just going to click right here to landscape, and you're going to click OK. Okay, the other thing, we're going to go back to View. This time we're going to go to sorry, one second. We're actually going to go over to Page Setup. So it's File, Page Setup. Okay? And this time what it wants us to do is under our Page Setup, okay, if you've noticed we went through all of these. We could have actually activated our footer and header this way. It shows it right there, Activity 2. We're going to go over to Sheet, and this time what we're going to do is we're going to click the grid line. What happens is this will actually show the grid lines, the little gray areas on your screen when we print it out. Okay? Once we're done with that, we're also going to click on the row and column headings. Okay, so that way it shows all of these. Okay, after we're done with that, we're going to click OK. the final thing that we're going to do is we're going to save our document. So we're going to go File, Save As. Remember, save it in to your document. So right here where it says where, go ahead and save to document. So you would click and go down to documents. Okay. It will probably show your school ID number. And then right here what you're going to do is you're going to save it under SS Activity 2. And then you would click OK. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do a print preview. So we're going to go back over here. Let's see where our print preview is on here. It's not there. But what you're going to notice is right here it does show the grid lines that we had. We're going to go under View. Let's see. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and go here. What it does is it's showing the quick preview. Okay, so that's just fine. And then what you're going to go ahead and do is hit cancel, close your file, and we're actually done with this assignment. Okay, then what you're going to do is you are going to go, sorry, I had my Microsoft Auto Update came up. But what we're going to do now is we are going to go to the next page in our, the final page, which is actually reviewing. It's this one right now, Activity 2, Time to Review. What you're going to do is read through these questions. You will not have page 88 to double check your answers. You're going to have to do this on your own. So number 1 is a spreadsheet is. Explain what you think a spreadsheet is, what we've learned so far. Number 2, you can type blank, blank, and blank into a cell. What are the 3 things that we did that you could type into a cell? Okay, a formula must always begin with in what? What must it always begin with? Number 4, you're going to write a formula in cell 4A, so this cell right here, to add the following cells to the content. So to sum up all of these, what formula would you write there? Okay, next one, the final question. Number 5, write the formula that you would type into cell D4 to multiply the following cells. So right here, if we were to do a cell D and we were to go down to D4, what would we write that? How would we write that cell so it would multiply all of these? After you're done with that, make sure your name is on your paper and your period number is, and turn that in to the sub. Okay, again, you do have progress reports coming up, so today this needs to be turned in. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. And for the rest of the class, I'm going to go ahead and give you another assignment. You'll have a worksheet where you'll have to go through and describe what certain terms are based off of your lesson you've learned so far. Okay guys, talk to you later. Bye.